Alright guys, it's time to talk about PancakeSwap on the channel for the first time since May the 27th. Now, you can see we did get a little bit of a rejection in this zone between about $2.83 to $2.97. We kind of faded back a little bit, guys. We went down to this trend line that you can see we hit several times along the way. And yeah, we do find ourselves a little bit above the point where we were on the 27th. Now, we have actually sealed a weekly candle above both of these weekly resistances, so that is a good sign. And the next weekly resistance is up at about $4.22. Now we need to look at the volume profile, guys. I know this is a little bit difficult to see, but you do see this little tiny candle down here, guys. And really the volume is below about $4.60. So that's why you see this huge candle down here. Guys, the point of control actually is at $1.95, so we are well above that at the moment as well. But you can see basically the volume here is almost nothing after about $4.60-70, let's say. Yeah, once we get through that, guys, this is really probably going to fly up very quickly. There's not going to be much, you know, as to volume holding us back with people that want to get out and break even. Because yeah, most of the volume has taken place down here, guys. Now looking at the monthly Bollinger Band here, you can see that basically this is probably the most narrow point that it ever has had. I wouldn't call this a pinch though, so I don't think the upward action is resulting from a pinch on the monthly Bollinger Bands. Now the weekly time frame, let's see, we do have kind of a narrow channel here and maybe a more narrow pinch right here. It's not really even a pinch back in early July, but maybe it is squeezing a little. Now on the daily time frame, let's take a look here. I mean, yeah, we do have a little bit of a narrowing here at the beginning of July, and you can see that it's trying to get outside this Bollinger Band, but of course they always fall back into the Bollinger Band eventually. For example, like over here. So yeah, I think maybe we do have a little bit of a pinch here, but it's nothing, you know, major on any of the Bollinger Bands, you know, the higher time frames at least. Now looking at the RSI and stochastic here, guys, the stochastic is pointed up pretty heavily here. The RSI has been pretty flat throughout its lifetime, but it's actually at a point where it's maybe at its highest point, really, if you see right here. So yeah, that's a good sign, I would say, on the monthly time frame. Now the weekly time frame, a little bit overheated, probably about the crossback, you know, over here with that blue line across that red line. So probably going to see a little bit of downward momentum, at least on a weekly time frame. Now the daily time frame, also a little bit overheated here. But yeah, it did actually cross back up to the upside, but it's at a point where it's going to turn, you know, it's going to roll over again eventually, and this RSI will as well. Now the 4-hour time frame, again overheated here, guys. You know, so yeah, not good on a 4-hour. 1 hour, again, overheated on both. And the 15-minute time frame, yeah, pointed pretty heavily down. So mostly, you know, these are not looking good, I would say. The monthly looks the best, and that's what we're mainly concerned with. But let's put this back on a daily time frame. If I were just to guess, guys, I don't think, you know, $4.22 is in the card. I haven't marked off any daily resistances here, unfortunately. But yeah, I just don't see us shooting up to $4.22 without any news. Now, one more indicator to consider, guys, is the MACD. Now, this is a little bit interesting where we've only had green candles when it comes to the MACD. The lines here have also always ridden upwards. So that is actually very interesting to see. Now, you know, in that case, momentum is up on a monthly time frame. Now, a weekly time frame, let's see here. Let's zoom in a little bit, and we do have some dark green candles that are forming. The blue line is pointed up pretty heavily, I would say. And yeah, I mean, a local high back here in April was at what, 0.57. If we go back in the history, yeah, that was actually the highest point basically. So sitting at 0.17 right now. So yeah, it has a ways that it can go. On the daily time frame, let's see, yeah, it's also printing these green candles, and the blue line is pointed, you know, pretty heavily to the upside. It looks like it just tried to avoid crossing this red line. So again, momentum on the MACD, guys, is up. And if we look at the local high here back in December, basically at 0.55, so sitting about 0.17 here again. Yeah, I think, you know, it looks good. Actually, if we go back even further in history, yeah, look here, guys, on the daily time frame. Wow, this was pretty high, up at about 5.6. So again, you know, momentum is up. It has a long way it can run, guys. All the higher time MACDs look good. Yeah, I just think, you know, eventually this is going to go up, and it's going to go up probably very high, guys. Now, taking a look at PancakeSwap, guys, and its tokenomics, it is the number 103 coin, just outside the top 100, unfortunately. And yeah, circulating supply is 345 million. Now, keep in mind, the max supply is 450 million. So this is a very, very, very low supply, and that's why it can go, you know, very fast up and down. Now, if we look here, all-time high was about $44. You're still about 93% down, though. All-time low was 20 cents if you picked it up, basically here 4 years ago, guys. Congratulations. That's amazing. But yeah, does this thing have a chance to get above its all-time high? Well, you know, considering the max supply here at 450 million, you know, this really does actually have a chance. It might be one of the exceptions, because when I talk about coins that are still, you know, 90-something% down, normally I would say no, but PancakeSwap may be an exception, guys. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have partnerships with 10 exchanges, guys. Of course, if you use my links, I will get a little bit of commission. Trust me, it's very small. Also, there's Moodix here, and you can get a free 7-day trial, and you can follow me on X here. Now, taking a quick look at Bitcoin, guys, you can see yesterday had a nice green candle, but we need to talk about something in a few seconds here, so I will mention that in just about 1 or 2 minutes. But anyways, we are sitting about 119,400 at the moment. Once we break about 120, guys, if we can seal a daily candle over that, it's more likely that we're going to see some upside here. Now, taking a quick look at Ethereum, guys, you can see how many 4-hourly candles hit this Fibonacci before it broke in the last 4-hour candle. And right now, we are just below $3,900. And 39.17 is the next resistance here on a weekly time frame, guys. So yeah, that's what this looks like right now on the 4-hour chart. And yeah, Ethereum really looks good, guys. It's going to, you know, get through the last few resistances here, and the last one is about 4,300 bucks, and then you're just going to start making new all-time highs. Now, looking at the total market cap, guys, we are sitting about 3.9 trillion. So we've had 3 days green in a row. We have retested a few days ago this 3.73 trillion. And if we look at the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, we are now above the 1.51 trillion mark on a monthly time frame at the moment. So we still have about 3 more days to go on the monthly candle. And if we can seal a monthly candle above that, that would be excellent, guys. Now, on the CME Bitcoin futures chart, guys, we do have this inverse head and shoulders, but I need to point out we do have this gap, guys, and that's what I was talking about a few seconds ago. We did make a CME gap, and it is quite large, guys. This gap starts around, what, 117,840, let's say, and it goes up to about 120,100. So there's a sizable gap there that needs to be filled, and will we fill it? I mean, it's possible. Probably about a 95 to 98% chance that we will come down to fill this gap before we go back up. But it could, you know, remain a gap for a year, year and a half, 2 years. Maybe we come down later in the bear market and we fill it then. Who knows, guys? Now, looking at the dominance, guys, for Bitcoin, we have sealed 4 red candles in a row, working on the 5th one in a row. Yeah, we did have a couple of days, though, of upside here. We did get back under 61.76, and guys, we need to break 60.46. So if we can break that, the next, you know, support on a weekly time frame for this is about 2% below, guys. So for me personally, that's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars back in my wallet. Now, another good thing is the USDT dominance is working on its 4th daily candle in a row down. So let's see, it's at 4.19%, but the next support is 3.8%. We need people to spend their USDT and put it into crypto. So if they can do that, guys, you're going to see a lot of upside here with your altcoins. Now, the altcoin season index has cooled a little bit, was 49 a little bit earlier today. It went to a 47 now. The liquidation heat map is 228 million, so it is starting to get a little bit more elevated than it was earlier. And if we look at the fear and greed, still 75, guys. We've been here for like 2 weeks, though. Next update is in about 21 hours. And if we look at the bull market peak indicators, nothing has changed, still 100% hold, and the best indicator, in my opinion, is the Pi Cycle Top indicator. It's not even close to crossing. Now, jumping ahead just to tomorrow, guys, there is actually nothing on the economic calendar that is going to affect Bitcoin. If we look at Friday, Friday was a positive day, though, according to the Moody's measurements. The week, month, and year are all green as well. The sentiment is risk on, and this trend is still growing, guys. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully we get a lot of, positive news, and we continue with this risk on sentiment. Now, FedWatch Tools has updated just a little bit here. It looks like about a 3.1% chance that we're not going to get a cut. So that number did change a little bit. And let's see what happens. We still have about 2.5 days until we get the next FOMC meeting. Now, Trueflation shows 2% flat inflation index here, so that's what the Fed wants. So what is Jerome waiting for? Now, if we look at the crypto bubbles, looks pretty good. Across the board is green. Now, if you want to stake your PancakeSwap, guys, go to Coinando. There's 10 deals that are found, and do your homework before you start sending coins around, of course. And most of these PancakeSwap deals are not that big. 1%, 3% basically on uHodler, but 1% or less usually. So you're not going to get much for your PancakeSwap, unfortunately. Now, don't put your coins into XT.com. I always like to say that they stole my Casper, so I will, continue to warn people about XT.com as long as I live, and they, don't return my Casper. So, anyways, guys, like I said, do your homework, and you're not going to get much with PancakeSwap, unfortunately. So, if you like this video, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys, and guys, I will see you in the next one.